Welcome everybody. It's Twanna Carter, your anxiety and career coach. Today is Mindset Monday. So, Mondays are Mindset Mondays, meaning we talk about anything that relates to a mindset, your mindset. And today we're going to talk about what is all the stuff about mindset? Is yours fixed or is it a growth mindset? So, I want to say that I am in front of two audiences today. I am doing a YouTube live at the same time that I am doing a Facebook live. So I want to be sure I give everybody a couple of minutes to jump on from wherever you are hopping on. And I appreciate you all watching today. So hopefully you have had a great Monday. For some of you watching, it'll already be Tuesday. I know that we got some people from across the world, from over 15 different countries. And so I do try to do my lives at different times. And so, in hopes that I catch people just at different times. So I don't always do them at the same exact time. But it just kind of gives people, a chance to jump on live. But at any rate, if you don't get it live, um, you can always catch it on the replay, right? So same. Okay. I think we're almost there. Got that one going. And let me say that if you are in my Rising Above Anxiety group, I have a free Facebook group for the ladies, Rising Above Anxiety. So if you want to send me a message in real time where I can answer it, then you'll need to just hop on over to my Facebook page, Dr. Tawana Carter, professional and personal coaching. Got to confuse there. Dr. Tawana Carter, professional and personal coaching. That's where you can actually drop a question and I can see it live. Otherwise, if you drop me a question in the group, because the group is a closed group, I won't be able to see that until after I get off the Facebook Live. Sometimes I do try to pop over on different screens and see what people are writing or if you're saying something. And sometimes if I'm engrossed, because, I like to talk, if you hadn't figured that out, I tell everybody that I'm making up for lost time. I was very shy growing up, and I also was challenged with social anxiety, and I'm an introvert too. So now I tell people that finally, when I've learned how to talk and I've gotten over the social anxiety, I got a lot of stuff to make up for. So my friends actually know me. They know that I can get going. So because I do that sometimes, I'm not always able to bounce between the screens and see the questions in my group. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. Depends on how I'm set up. Some days I have two actual monitors set up, and then I'll have, my business page on one and my group on the other, so I can actually see. But today I've only got one screen. And so it can get kind of hectic trying to bounce between the multiple screens that I got open. So if you want to ask me a question, just pop on over to, like I said, my business page. And as well as when you pop over, you let me know you're there. Just drop me a thumbs up. And if you want to, let me know where you're popping on from, because like I said, in my Facebook group, we have over 15 different countries represented, and I'm a traveler, so I love to know where people are hopping on from. So I said that today is Mindset Monday. So some people have not heard of mindset, and it's in the coaching world, it's something that we hear a lot. It's starting to catch on in corporate and in schools, and people talk about, oh, mindset. You know how sometimes things catch on, and people say mindset, but they really don't know what mindset means. Okay, and so my purpose in designating Monday as Mindset Mondays was because I know that I probably started off with a fixed mindset because I had so much anxiety and I was so shy. I was I was an introvert, and probably more of a fixed mindset when I started off when I grew up. As I got older and I came out of my shell a little bit, and as I joined the military, it was more a growth mindset, open to learning new things, trying new things, doing things up to a point. I mean, I still struggle with social anxiety. And so I would say that my mindset was like sometimes it was growth and sometimes it was fixed. There are other times that for certain things, my mindset was fixed. Just like, not doing that, not doing it. Can't convince me to do that. Other times, my mindset was like a growth mindset. I would just, research and learn and go out there and, take my chances and do things. So, your mindset can be like completely fixed where you're not, you're kind of in one place. You're satisfied where you are, not interested in learning new things, not really interested in going anywhere else. And some people are like that. They're just like, I've been here for 15 years. Why would I change? Why would I go anywhere? Where would I go? What would I do? And they're just kind of fixed in one spot. They're just kind of happy, complacent. And for some people that might be okay. For others of us, we have a growth mindset, and a growth mindset says, understanding that life is like a process. And I know for me, each day, I don't compete with anybody, but I do compete with myself. And so I say today, how am I better than I was yesterday? And what can I do tomorrow that makes me better tomorrow? And so I do now have a fully, open growth mindset. Just, I'm interested in learning about people, learning about places, learning about processes, how I can do better, how I can help more people, just, consistently looking how I can grow to get better. And like I said, I wasn't always like this. There was a time in my life where I was just very fixed, not willing to take a chance, not willing to take risks. I always loved to read, but I didn't read with the intent of applying anything or implementing it in my life. I was just reading because it was pleasurable. Okay. And so now when I read things that are going to make me better. I like to read books that, help me to grow and be a better person. And I was telling one of my clients that I'm reading The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And I got a couple of ouchies. I call them ouchies. When you read something, they kind of prick you like, you need to work on that. So that's the reason why I enjoy reading. And I don't mind the ouchies, and they kind of prick and they're kind of a little bit painful sometimes. But I look at it, if it's painful and if it spoke to me, then that means it's something I need to pull up on, right? I just need, what do I need to do to get better? There was a time in my life when I wasn't like that. I wasn't interested in what I could do to get better, what makes me a better person. I was just, really worried about survival. And sometimes you can be in survival mode for so long with worrying about whether or not you're going to eat, whether or not you have a roof over your head, whether or not your kids are going to eat, whether or not your kids have anything, a roof over their head. Sometimes you're so caught up in survival, it's just at the basic level survival. You're not always concerned about a growth mindset. That's not in the forefront, right? You're just worried about survival. Can I keep my kids safe? Can I keep myself safe? Can we eat? Do we have somewhere to live? And sometimes we can stay so long in survival mode that we end up with a fixed mindset. It's only about survival. That's all we can see. And I know wherever I speak because I was there for a while. I was there for a number of years, and so much so that if something great happened to me, I would always be looking over my shoulder waiting for the bad stuff because my mindset had gotten fixed, and I felt that I didn't deserve, my self-esteem was low at the time, my self-confidence was low, and I felt I didn't deserve good stuff. So if something great or good happened to me, I waited for something bad. That was my mindset. Something good happened, something's bad got to happen now. And I would just sit and I'd wait patiently looking for the bad stuff to happen. Okay, fixed mindset. And so again, I had some people in my life that, it's like, you need to stop. You need to open your eyes. You can do better. Try this, do that. If it doesn't work, try something else. And so that's kind of how I was able to break out of that fixed mindset. Because now, and I never thought I'd say this. I never ever thought I'd say this, but now it's like, I'll try anything once. What? Okay, let's try it. I'll try anything once. I wasn't like that growing up. I wasn't gonna try a lot of things. Just a fixed mindset, not willing to take risks. But now, something pops up and I was like, hey, what the heck? I'll try anything once. Let's try it, see how it works. It will either work or it won't work. You know, you either learn or you win or you learn. There's not, when you talk about failure is not the end of the world. And sometimes when we have a fixed mindset, it's because we're afraid of failure. But the thing is failure is not the end of the world. It really isn't. I was just listening to something on yesterday. She was saying that we learn more in the neural pathways in our brain. Oh, they're like more active when we make mistakes. Imagine that you make a mistake and you fail. Your brain is a little bit more active because now it's got to go to work. Why didn't that work? What? Why didn't that work? I tried it. I did what they said. I did it like they said to do, and that didn't work. Why didn't it work? Am I going to do this again? Or what do I need to fix before I do it again? So, yeah, making mistakes and having failures is not the end of the world. It is a good thing as long as you learn. Now, if you make the same mistake from doing the same thing for like 50 different times, no, not so much growth there. No, no. You got to learn from your mistakes. That's the difference because some people, they say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So you do the same thing over again. You walk into the wall and that hurt. You walk into the wall that hurt. You walk into the wall that hurt. And then you walk 50 more times into the wall. What are you learning? I mean, you didn't realize that like time one or two that hurt, right? No learning there. Now, if you say, I hit that wall 3 times. I wonder if I move 6 paces to the right and I walk again, will I hit the wall? You know? Or let me take a step back and take a look at the wall. I'm thinking the door through the wall is here. The door is actually a gate 2 blocks over. Well, see, that's where you're learning from that mistake. And that's where the brain starts to come in. And it starts opening up, new pathways to figure out rather than walking to the wall because I'm tired of beating up my nose and I'm tired of messing up my lips and everything. What else can we do to get through this wall? Can we get over it? Because walking through is not working. So can we go over the wall? Can we go under the wall? Or can we go around the wall? That's where your learning comes in, right? That's when you see growth happen. Fixed mindset, just keep walking to the wall or else just quit and don't try anything else you're doing, right? A growth mindset says, okay, so I hit the wall 3 times. What can I learn from this? I may need to find another entry point. Or let me leave this tall wall alone and let's go down here and see the short wall where I can just jump over it. Growth mindset. Okay, that's what happens when you have a growth mindset. So yeah, and so I asked the question in my description: can you change your mindset? Absolutely. As you heard mine say, I was fixed mindset. I had a somewhat growth mindset. Then I had a fixed mindset, and now I'm totally in a growth mindset. Right, for some things. I'm admitting, there's some things that I don't have a growth mindset. I've never taken drugs. Just never saw the point. And so when it comes to taking drugs, yeah, my mindset is pretty fixed. Even in some places where marijuana is legal, my mindset is pretty still fixed. It's fixed. It's fixed when it comes to drugs. I like to be in control at all times. That's why I don't even like to take muscle relaxers because I don't like that relaxed and I'm not in control. So I have a fixed mindset about certain types of medications. And I'm okay with that. But it's not so much fixed that if other people use drugs, I'm fine with that. Your life, you do what you want to do. And so it's fixed up to a point, and in a growth mindset, I'm not going to be judgmental if people want to do things they want to do. Hey, that's fine. If it works for you, it works for you. But I'm fairly happy where I am with that. So, when we talk about trying new things, yeah, you're probably not going to get me to drink and you're probably not going to get me to do drugs either. I'm fine with that. Never drank, never did drugs. I'm pretty happy. So unlike some other folks, it's not that I didn't inhale. I just didn't do the drugs. What can I say? My brother used to call me a goody two shoes when I was growing up. And it wasn't, he didn't understand. It wasn't so much that I was a goody two shoes. Shoot, I was just afraid to try stuff. He was very adventurous, and I've always been envious of him about that. He would try anything, everything over and over until he got what he wanted. I was very conservative, I was very quiet. I sit back and I observed. And only when I felt sure of success, I would go ahead and try something. I'd watch everybody else do it, and I'd watch everybody else fail, right? I wasn't going to try it myself. And so that was kind of it was like fixed mindset, but very little growth, only after people had tried it over and over again. So now I'm in a place where there are a lot of things. Like I said, I'll try it once. If it doesn't work, that gives me a baseline, what I need to improve upon to make it work. Because sometimes you can't improve upon to make it work, right? Okay. And so I understand that, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but where can I learn from my mistakes? And so that's the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. I've met people who've never, I'm here in Maryland, and I'm an Army brat. So my dad used to be in the military, and I was too. So I've kind of lived all over the South and the East Coast. I visited many cities and states out west, but I've never lived there. And so I actually know people who have never left their state. They have been in the same state. Some of them have not really left their city they live in or the town they live in. And that's always amazed me because I'm an Army brat, and we traveled all the time. We just lived, every 3 or 4 years, my dad was picking us up and dragging us off to another part of the world, another part of the United States. And I absolutely loved it. I loved it, right? But I know people that some people, they've grown up, they were born in the same house, they live in the same house they were raised in, the same town, and they're happy with that. They're like, I don't understand why you people need all these adventures and why you need to fly and why you need to do this. Oftentimes, people like that may have a fixed mindset. They're complacent where they are. Most of us, though, have a growth mindset. And I know sometimes when you have anxiety, which is wrapping it back around to the anxiety, sometimes the anxiety just beats us up, and it has us so fearful. We're so worried about taking risks that we develop a fixed mindset. And we don't all start off like that, but sometimes when we're, with social anxiety, we're like, I'm not going to meet new people. I tried, that didn't work for me. Or if you're anxious about something going wrong, or my kids being hurt, or I'm doing this, or I may have a heart attack, you tend to withdraw and isolate from the world. And if you do it long enough, it can give you a fixed mindset. So again, that's why I introduced my Mondays as Mindset Mondays, is to start teaching, first of all, just to let people know what a mindset is and understand that it can be changed. So if you feel like now you're bound by anxiety, or you're bound by overwhelm, and you're bound by fear, and you're too afraid to change anything, pop in on Mindset Mondays, because we're going to talk about what can we do to change our mindsets. And it's not like going out and meeting 1,000 people at one time. We're not talking anything like that. Yes, I see Dolores Scott. Thank you. Dolores gave me a thumbs up. And I don't know why her thingy grayed out. But hey, Dolores, how are you? But so it is about understanding that, yes, the anxiety may leave you with a fixed mindset, but you don't have to stay there. Our brains are very flexible. And that's, when I grew up, we talked about, brain, once you get what you got, the cells you got in your brain, that was it, you're done. I'm not going to tell you when I grew up, but that's what I learned when I grew up, when I went to school, what I learned in science. Now the science says our brains are actually flexible, that if you start taking small steps to learn things, you can actually change your brain. Going off telling me I have a coaching client at 9 o'clock. It's 8:50 my time in Washington, D.C. time. So I've only got a couple of minutes to wrap this up, but I'm almost done. So so basically, yeah, you can change your mindset. And we're not talking about if you have social anxiety, where I'm gonna, where I say go out and meet 500 people at one time. No, we're not going to start at 500. We may start off with one. We may start off with you get just prepping to do that. And so there's a process that I have when I work with clients who have social anxiety to help them to start identifying that, yes, I do want to meet people, but I don't want to like go out and meet 100 people. I don't want that kind of exposure at once. So you don't do that, and you don't have to do that with because your brain is flexible, and so we can start very small. And for people, it goes for the same thing for people that say, I'm afraid to speak in front of people, I'm afraid to speak up. We start out very small. We have certain activities that you start first, and then you build on those. Why do I start small activities first? Because we're going to open up the pathways in your brain so that they start to open up and start firing. Then we build one thing upon the other, one small piece at a time. Because I didn't get to where I am today by jumping whole hog. Because again, yeah, 15, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, I would not be on Facebook doing this live in front of anybody. There would be absolutely no way this was going to happen. But I didn't get here by taking like gigantic leaps. It was all very small leaps, trial and error going along. So if you have enjoyed my motivational nuggets today on Mindset Monday, be sure to come back next Monday because we'll be talking more stuff about Mindset Mondays, right? And ladies, if you enjoyed the Facebook Live today or you catch me on YouTube and you've enjoyed this, consider joining my Rising Above Anxiety Facebook group. It is free to join. You can look it up, Rising Above Anxiety, and just click the blue button there. It says join group here or something like that. And you can go back and look at past videos that I've done. And, we talk with each other back and forth in the group and just throw things out and talk about it. Or you can come in and toss out a subject. Okay. So join me here tomorrow because tomorrow is Leadership Tuesday. And then Wednesday will be Worry Free Wednesday, where we talk about things to reduce stress and reduce anxiety. My Thursdays are Resilience Thursdays. I'll be talking all things to build up our resilience so we can overcome anxiety, we can rise above anxiety. Friday is open topic. So if there's something like Monday through Thursday, you heard a Facebook Live and you want a little bit more on that, drop me a message or send me an email at Twanna at TwannaCarter.com. That's TWANNA at TWANNA and let me know what topic you want me to talk about on Friday, because Friday is open topic. What if someone sends me something to talk about? That's what I'm talking about on Friday. Otherwise, I'll go through the week and whatever pops up, I'll pull it out of a hat and I'll talk about that on Friday. So thanks to everybody for joining. I appreciate it. Enjoy your week. Join me tomorrow though. Leadership Tuesday. Bye-bye.